The Golden State Warriors are coming off another title, and they have not looked that great this year. Can the Golden States repeat as champions, which they've done before? But I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off this time. The Golden State Warriors are 1-9 on the road so far this year. They're 7-1 at home though, so they are doing very well at home, but they have not looked great on the road so far this year. I have felt at times when I'm watching the Warriors, they seem like the team that won the championship last year, but then sometimes on defense, they just seem lazy. Some games I watch with the Warriors, it just seems like they don't have any urgency. A lot of guys don't really care. And with James Wiseman getting sent to the G League, that was a guy that they thought they would get back and would kind of boost their odds to win this year. They lost Gary Payton II over the year to the Portland Trailblazers, which I feel Gary Payton was a much bigger loss than people think. I feel like Gary Payton was one of their best guys on that team with the defense that he brought, able to guard the on-ball playmaker for the opposing teams to kind of give Steph a little bit of rest at times and allow Steph to just focus on offense. Now, with this, I do believe that the Warriors are still going to make the playoffs. I don't think they missed the playoffs. Can they make the Western Conference Finals? Possibly. I don't know. The West looks very good this year. And so far from what we've seen in the NBA this year, it doesn't seem like there are a lot of pull away teams, if that makes sense. I feel like in the East, it's kind of easier to tell who the favorites are. In the West, right now in the NBA, it's kind of hard. A lot of the teams in the West are all about the same record wise. None of them have looked. They've shown moments of flashness of looking like the best teams, but not really. But with Golden State, Steph Curry's having one of his best years, if not his best year in his career, which is very impressive for what he's doing at his age. Steph just dropped 50 the other night against Phoenix. Clay had a huge game against the Rockets the other night, and Clay looked like them old self for once, which I haven't seen old Clay Thompson in at least 2 years. I didn't see it last year, and this year he just has not looked great. Draymond has been subpar this year, I feel. And I don't know, man. I just feel like they got that championship, and I feel like some of these guys are on that team are kind of just they're not bringing that assertiveness and dominance on defense that they've had in years past. I do feel like losing Gary Payton has to do a little bit of that, but it seems like to me that they are kind of in that championship slump, and I feel like they will be able to get out of it. But man, they are going to have to do something and start showing me a little bit of impressiveness. Because I don't like where they are. They're 25th in rebounds per game. They're first in assists. So they're not the rebounding could use some work. But I don't know exactly where they would step up at rebounding. But the Warriors, haven't played awful this year. Steph Curry is having a career year for them. And you got to give props. You got to give props to where props are due. And Steph has been absolutely killing it, leading that team, being the leader they need. He just needs a little bit of help. I also don't like what the role players have been doing on Golden State. I feel like the guys that they brought in, I thought they would have more of a effect on the Warriors bench than they really have. I feel like Kaminga's kind of taking a step down this year. Wiggins has played pretty well this year, but as far as that Warriors bench, man, they have not played as great as I thought they would, which has been kind of disappointing because they brought in some really great guys over the season onto this Golden State team. So, personally for me, I thought, Golden State would be better than they were last year. Jordan Poole is Jordan Poole. He's doing Jordan Poole things. He's got like 16 points per game. I don't think Jordan Poole has taken a step down this year, but I also don't feel like he's taking that next step for what they paid him. Um, so with that, there's some bright sides to here. You're always gonna have a chance to be Golden State, right, with Steph Curry. But I don't know if they can win the title this year. I believe that they'll make it close to the Western Conference the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they're gonna make it there, but I think they will make it close. Just because I don't like what I've been seeing from this team on the defensive end of the ball and how that they have responded when playing against very good teams. like I said, it just seems like they're lazy and they're in that championship slump, which you see happen a lot of times with teams. I mean, look at the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL. They have played awful this year. Granted, they lost 2-star players, but you can just kind of like, it's like a team. A lot of times these get those championships and they kind of just fall off the face of the earth. That's why it is so hard to repeat in the NBA. It's because teams just get lazy, man. They just get lazy and they get complacent with where they are. They're like, oh, well, we won a title last year. This will be kind of be a breeze this year. And then they find themselves in a hole and they're like, how did we get here? And, they ended up being lazy. So, they got to show a little bit more hustle on defense. I would like to see them, moving around a little bit more. But like I said, when you have Steph Curry, who is having a career year, you're always going to have a chance. If Clay can get even back to like 30% of his old self, I believe the Warriors will have a very solid chance. Draymond Green's got to get together. James Wiseman being in the G League though, and James Wiseman not really playing amazing this year, has been kind of disappointing. I thought James Wiseman was going to be big for them, but he hasn't panned out to be that this year. So I don't know what's going to happen with Golden State, but let me know if you guys think the Golden State Warriors are contenders in the comment section down below, or who do you think is going to be the favorite coming out of the West? Let me know who your favorite team to come out of the West is. Right now, I think I like the Grizzlies the most to come out of the West, and if it's not the Grizzlies, maybe Phoenix. I think Phoenix and Memphis are my two favorite to come out of the West, and then Warriors would probably be like third or fourth. But yeah, let me know if you guys think the Warriors are going to be able to pull this around, and if you think they're going to be able to get back into that championship mode and make another run for another title to add on to the Golden State Warriors dynasty.